Vincenzo. Thought I'd get that one in here quick.
Yes.
Yeah, go on.
So welcome. My name is Vincent. I'm here today with Paul.
My name is Paul McCauley, life coach Wales, and we're talking about problems, Vince. Yeah,
We're going to talk
what
about
appears
problems.
to be problems.
What appears to be problems.
Yeah, fire away, Vince.
Problems are bringing so much benefit into our life, but we want to be problem free. So what's the solution? The solution is to awaken to the value in the problems. Yeah?
Yeah, new knowledge is the solution. Yeah,
Yeah.
knowledge is future power. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So if we got problems and we can act with our problem. We got first world problems. And our first world problems, we can react to them like third world problems.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's the problem. We got to get them into proportion, and we got to see them for what we got to see what good is coming out of them problems.
Yeah.
Yeah? So today I become grateful for all my problems because they are luxury problems.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't matter how bad things get.
Yeah,
You know, let's just take it to the extreme. Lost my job. Lost a place where I was renting. This happened, couldn't pay the bills or whatever.
Yeah.
They're still first world problems. They're not third world problems.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah, we can get through it. We get through it. We get through the other side.
Yeah.
But it's the problems that make us stronger. And what we got to remember is nothing. A big problem cannot come into our life without making it something else better in our
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Yeah. So every time something bad comes into our life, it automatically makes other things better.
Yeah.
For instance, I have a big problem, problems at work or whatever. So
Yeah.
when I go home with my family and that,
Yeah.
because of the problems in work, I have better relationships with my family.
Yeah.
They're more
Your
shinier.
intimate relationship becomes better.
The intimate
Yeah,
relationship
she
becomes
says to you,
better.
what's
Yeah.
happening in work today, Vince? You
Yeah.
tell her the problem. She's like, oh man, come right here, baby, and we give you a
Course.
big cuddle.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
There's a knock-on effect for everything.
Yeah, yeah. And you go home and tell your missus you're having a problem, she goes, boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
What are we going to talk about then?
Yeah.
We'll have to make one up.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll have to have a fight about something.
yeah.
yeah.
Because that's what makes things
And,
interesting.
and if that happens, if you had a fight with her, yeah, so created a new problem.
Yeah.
But now work becomes better.
Yeah.
She's like, oh great, I can go back to work now. I haven't got to put up
Of
with it.
course. Yeah.
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 And it's just awakening to the value in problems.
That's right.
Because if we could come up to someone now and we could fix all your problems,
Yeah.
possibly bigger problems would come.
Yeah.
Because the mind always looks for problems.
Yeah.
That's how it's designed. It's always looking for problems, how to overcome problems, and how to get to a better place. Yeah. So we've got to see the value in the problems and become grateful for the problems we got. Because the problems are not the problems. It's the resistance to the problems is the problem.
That's it, the resistance, yeah.
I keep coming back to this time and time again. We can see this much truth.
Yeah.
So I need to awaken to the next level of truth.
Yeah. And thank God you can only see this much truth or Vince, in a way, because can you imagine knowing absolutely everything there was to know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then what I mean is we all got to a place whereby, these new things that come into our life becomes, the new things are nice and shiny, and after a period of time they start to lose, the shine kind of thing and start to get boring and, useless. And so what I'm saying is if that's the case on every little bit of information and every new little thing that comes into our life, can you imagine what life would be like if we knew everything and we had it all now?
Yeah.
That the day is coming where that actually loses its shine. So the fact that we can only see this little much, can actually be our benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that because now what we're doing is that as we move along kind of thing, we're gradually on a daily, basis kind of thing, new information is coming in.
Yeah.
And we gradually awaken over a period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And every day I'm turning up with Vince, maybe I've got a little bit more news and I'm going, hey Vince, you never guess what happened today, man.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, imagine you knew the how all now.
Yeah.
How boring.
Life would be flat and boring.
Flat and
It'd
boring.
become worthless.
Yeah.
And that's what makes people interesting is you come to someone, you see a problem, a story, problem in the middle, and a solution at the end.
That's it. Yeah.
It's with everything we watch on TV.
Yeah.
All the films. It always starts off with a story, a
Yeah.
problem in the middle, and a solution at the end, and that's what makes it interesting.
I remember you speaking about one of your in one of your videos once about Superman. The whereby he could fix everything.
Yes.
Yeah. And in
There
being
was a
able.
comic back in the days.
Yeah,
of
go
it.
on. Repeat that story.
There was a comic back in the days of a Superman comic, but this Superman was different from the Superman we know today.
Yeah.
Because the Superman we know today, he's got limitations. He's got
Yeah.
kryptonite. He's got he can get hurt.
Yeah.
Enemies do stand a
And
chance.
the fact that he can get hurt is interesting, yeah?
Yeah, it's interesting,
The fact that he can't do something is like, oh, can he do it or can he?
Yeah, of
Can he
course.
not? Yeah?
That's what makes it exciting.
It makes it exciting.
But this comic back in the days, this Superman was indestructible. You know, and you could drop an atom bomb on him and he'd just get up and comb his hair. You know, you knew what was going to happen, that he was going to get through it, there was going to be no worry about it because he was so strong.
Yeah.
And the comic went bust.
Yeah.
You know, went out of business. You know, and this is a true story.
Yeah.
You know, because he had no limitations, because there was no tragedy, because he had no weaknesses.
Yeah.
You know, because no one stood a chance against him.
Yeah.
Just became boring and flat.
Yeah.
So it's the things that appear.
And why is that? And I'm guessing the reason why is because when we can see people, other people that got problems, and they're going from A to B with a problem in between, we're glued to it because we're interested, because we can work out by watching their problems, they are now doing something that we haven't got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We learn from their problems.
We learn from their problems.
Yeah.
It's pretty selfish of us, isn't it, Vince?
Of course.
To think that we shouldn't have any problems.
That's right.
Because my problems are other people's gift.
Yeah.
And not only is it a gift to them so that they haven't got to do it, but you know what it's like when maybe, you know, when somebody comes to me and says, hey Paul, I got a problem and I can help them fix that. Yeah. I get a positive emotion by using my experience to help them. Yeah. So your problem gives me positive emotion.
Yeah.
Well, why shouldn't I give you some positive emotion by me having a problem?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
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 You know, we forget at the end of the day, we got this very powerful tool. It's called we mirror people.
Yeah.
We mirror what's right. We don't mirror what's wrong, and that's our greatest gift. Because we forget, at the end of the day, we're still a tribe of people.
Yeah.
And back in the days when we was tribes running around hunting,
Yeah.
there'd be one person that went out from a tribe, a hunter. He'd go out into the wilderness. He'd fall down holes and he'd get killed by elephants, bitten by tigers.
Yeah.
You know, all this stuff would happen to him. He'd come back battered and bruised with the food, and they'd go, right, what did you do right and what did you do wrong? And by all the problems which he went through, the next hunter would go out, avoid all the stuff that he did, and come back with the food in hand.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
But still today, we are still a tribe of people.
Yeah.
You know, and we've got to remember that. You know, it's our problems are the people's gifts, because by our problems we show the people how not to do it, and it makes them a better person and become a stronger character.
That's right.
But we don't see that.
Yeah.
You know, so the problems are actually gifts. They just appear to be negative.
That's right.
Yeah, and they actually bring a lot of value into our lives.
And
when
maybe not a gift. And see, they come in disguises. They do.
Yeah.
You know, and when I say come in disguises, it's like, you know, if say me and you by you was to have an argument kind of thing, you know, and you know, there's somebody good may come out of it from me and you, but there's somebody on the sideline, but who's you know, who's passing by kind of thing, you know, who can actually maybe it will give them some direction. They can actually maybe I don't know what direction it's going to give them all the time, but they could go home and think, you know what, I just seen them two guys arguing down there kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Life is so short, and maybe she goes home and makes up with her husband. Yeah, because she's seen us arguing. Yeah, and thinks how pathetic it is. Yeah, and it shows them, if you like. So what I'm saying is other people get to see a different kind of picture from what's happening over here. Very much the same for us. We get to see something happening over there that changes our perspective on things all the time.
Yeah, of course.
I love that question. I do, when somebody says, you know, when you ask somebody like, how are they doing? Are they happy, or you know, and they say, yeah, I'm happy, or I'm joyful, and I say to them in return, how do you know?
Yeah.
That's a great question. How do you know you're happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you know you're happy, Vince?
Because you must have not been happy before.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's the gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people don't realise that.
No, they don't see that.
When you say I like that, how do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you know you like that?
Yeah.
Because there was other things I didn't like.
Yeah.
And it's all about comparison.
See, and that's the case. People want to feel good all the time. They don't have problems. But if you feel good all the time, that positive emotion gradually fades into negative emotion.
Yeah.
Because it's just slowly will come down. If you're in this one solid emotion all the time, it'd come down to flat and boring.
Yeah. And it happens every day in the little things we don't even notice. I mean, for example, you know, even our bed at night. We get to our bed at night and it's maybe it's cold outside, you know, and it's like, oh my God, I'm so tired, I can't wait to get in my bed. You get in your bed, then let's see what it's like 13 hours or 14 hours later. Yeah, you'll hate that bed.
Of course, yeah. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
served its purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, the purpose, you're not tired no more. You know, you have a new problem now. It's like, I'm hungry. Okay, let's go and get something to eat.
Yeah.
Now I go and get a big fatty cooked breakfast with sausages and bacon and eggs and this, that, the other. And I'm full and busting. I got a new problem now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm full and busting.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? I wish I never ate so much.
Yeah.
You know, and now we find a new problem now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it carries on and on and
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So be grateful for the problems you've got, because you cannot live problem free.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if you did fix, even some problems that feel that they could look like quite terrible, like, you know,
Yeah.
you lose your place, you lose your job or something like that. You know, by fixing that problem, by being free from that problem, it could possibly a greater problem could come along.
Yeah.
Yeah, so be grateful for the problems you've got. They're not third world problems. See the value in the problems,
Yeah.
and see the problems are bringing a lot of positive into your life.
Yeah. Nothing good can come into your life without something getting worse, and nothing worse can come into your life without something getting better.
That's right.
It's that chaos that creates order, and the order that creates chaos. And the idea of it is like, you know, you lose your job. Okay,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? You lose your job, that's the chaos, yeah? But the order out of it is that I get to enjoy some time with my children
Yeah.
that I haven't, you know, so the job, if you like, may be a problem for you because you've lost your job,
Yeah.
but you get to spend some valuable time with your children maybe before they grow up. And how do you know that losing that job wasn't happening for you rather than to you anyway? Had you not lost that job, maybe something was going to fall off a forklift and land on top of you and break your
course.
back, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, you can always see
Yeah.
the good that comes out of things. And that's what faith is, Vince. Yeah,
That's
it's to
right.
trust in the unknown, that I don't know why all the time.
That's right.
Why this is happening, but I trust.
Yeah.
That everything is exactly as it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could be driving down the street, your car breaks down. It's a big problem.
Yeah.
Hate it. You know, really resentful.
Yeah.
Car's broken down. Okay, then let's take your personal feelings out of it and take a look from above.
Yeah.
Let's see what possibly could come out of that. So
Yeah.
how do you know that because of your car breaking down, that if you didn't break down further down the road, you could have had an accident?
Yeah.
You could have run someone over. Someone could have jumped up in front of your car unsuspectedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how do you know if your car didn't break down that you don't go into the shop now, you don't buy a scratch card, win a few quid, you don't end up walking down the street to get something to
Maybe
while
there was
you're
a
waiting for
blood
the
clot
AA.
or something going around your body, and it was just
Yeah.
going to give you an heart attack. But now
Yeah.
you've broke down, you've got out of the car, started walking, and that blood clot just passed.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you say it's, you know, it's bad, but bad for who? That's the point. It's
Yeah.
not bad for the recovery guy.
Yeah.
It's not bad for the guy selling the fuel.
That's right.
Yeah. It's not maybe the woman who was in the fuel shop was so depressed, kind of thing, and when you got in there, you asked how she was, and you had a smile on your face and cheered her up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't bad for her.
No.
And none of that stuff would have happened unless
Yeah.
your car broke down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just seeing things, isn't it? Is it the problems?
Yeah.
It's just seeing things, you know. We put a meaning on stuff, and we don't see the bigger picture.
That's right.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
got to see there's so much good. What from one problem, as we just looked at, then there's
Yeah.
so much good can come out of that.
Yeah.
You know, but we just see that we just focus on the main problem instead of the other stuff that could come out of what appears to be a problem.
Yeah.
There's a hell of a lot of good could come out of this.
Selfishness is the root of all our problems,
Yeah.
I believe, you know.
Yeah.
If there's something wrong with me, at the root of it is my selfish thinking, if you like.
Yeah.
That is not right. That shouldn't happen. But the question's got to be not right for who?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Because my problem is somebody else's gift.
Yeah,
Yeah, always somebody else's gift.
Always, yeah, yeah.
And once I get out of the way, once I drop that resistance, kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know, then
changes
I'm out
everything.
I'm out of the way, man.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
yeah. Dissolves 90% of the emotional pain we feel.
Yeah.
10% what happens to us, and 90% how we react to it. And that's the problem.
But let's not forget the point by you, the key by you. If something goes wrong, yeah, I'm supposed to feel negative for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. I'm supposed to feel negative. So I see an accident, maybe a car accident. It's like, oh my God, you know, and a panic goes on inside me. That's perfect. I don't want to be feeling happy. because I just seen something bad.
Yeah.
You know, but what I don't want to do is I don't want to keep on replaying and saying that's wrong. The reason why I drive so carefully is because accidents happen. Either so I learn one way, either by by observing an accident, and finding out what went wrong, so I haven't got to do it. Or if there was never any accidents, then I'm going to go. Then exactly, accidents don't exist. I'm going to go faster and faster and faster and faster until I bump into something, and it happens to me. So really, I can be, although it's quite a touchy subject by you, because what I'm about to say is that I can be grateful for other people's, accidents. That's not that I'm saying that I'm glad that they happened. That's just saying that, I benefit, if you like. It has an influence on the way that I drive. Which keeps me safer.
Of course.
So I can be grateful, if you like. And in return, I have to stop not be so selfish about the mistakes that I make, if you like, or what appears to be mistakes that I make that help other people.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
great.
Yeah. So I hope you got something from this, and hopefully this video has helped transform how you see your problems and take away that resistance. Remember, be grateful for the problems you've got. My name is Vincent. I'm from Life Coach Rapid Results.
My name is Paul McCauley, Life Coach Wales. Don't forget to subscribe if you like, guys. It helps us a lot, kind of thing, in getting this YouTube channel up and running. And look forward to doing some more videos.
You take care.